One of the most helpful ways of speaking about or thinking about the Spirit, I think, is suggested by a title of a terrific book by Gordon Fee called God's Empowering Presence. I think that's a wonderful way of thinking about the Spirit. God present here in our midst. That's something that artists are good at alerting us to, that even the experience of beauty is good at alerting us to. That, and particularly in a world which is so given to kind of a reductionist kind of assessment of the world. So the world is just what can be described in scientific terms, or a consumerist description of the world. So the world just is what I can make use of. Artists recognize the experience of beauty helps us to recognize that there's a mystery to things. There are depths to things. Maybe there's even a presence that I experience in that moment of beauty. Yeah. So God is present in our midst, but Fee's title suggests more than just there's a presence or there's a power out there or something like that. That it's God's empowering presence. So it's not just that there is an energy or a force field out there, but that by God's Spirit, God is in our midst, personally present, longing to meet with us, longing to speak to us and be encountered by us. That's one of the things that I thought was really curious. And one of the early chapters of the book, I consider a bunch of interviews that are done with artists who talk about the mystery of things and the depths in things and sensing that there's more out there and there's something meaningful about the world, but refer to that meaning as kind of an energy or a force. And British theologian named Colin Gunton once said, "There's nothing higher than the personal." So there's almost a sense that if I'm talking about a force or something, that's I don't know, somehow conceptually richer or more intelligent than talking about an old man with a beard or something like that. And there's not anything particularly intelligent about talking about God as an old man with a beard. But personhood is infinitely higher than the concept of a force. So that's maybe an instance where, I don't know, I think a dialogue with the arts is helpful. I think the artists can help alert us to the mystery and the extraordinary character of the world around us and the sense in which things point beyond themselves. And Christian theology can also then augment that conversation by saying the richness and the depths that you sense in the world around you point not just to a nameless force, but to a God who is fully personal.